up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're still here in Plano, Texas at the Toyota headquarters for this HQ confidential media event. And guess what? Toyota, keeping to their promise with the Supra, has something new for 2022. Let me introduce you to this 2022 Toyota Supra. This particular one is an A91-CF edition. What does CF stand for? Carbon fiber edition. But before we dive into this one of just 500 that will be produced, let's talk about the Supra. The Supra, it's been around for 5 generations. This 5th generation has been getting a lot of attention, not necessarily for all the right reasons. This has been that Supra that has been built with that connection with BMW, but you know what? BMW and Toyota really kind of developed a way to bring a different personality to their different vehicles when we're looking at this particular Supra. Now, for 2022, like I said, having this carbon fiber edition, they're building on top of already the extra performance that they brought for 2021. And from what they're saying here at the headquarters is that each year they're gonna make some incremental adjustments. The one I'm waiting for, and I don't know if, I don't wanna say I'm gonna hold my breath because that may be a bad thing, is I'm waiting for a manual transmission in this 5th generation Supra. But let's go ahead, let's find out what's going on with this carbon fiber edition. Is it gonna be worth the price? And is this one that maybe down the road people will be lusting after for this special touches? So let's go ahead, let's go into this 2022 GR Supra carbon fiber edition. Right off the bat, that beautiful color, the white with all the black accents really makes it pop. And even the 4th generation, I think white just works really well with those two shapes. Now, of course, you are gonna have some of that non-functionality, and we're gonna still have to zonk these fake vents that we have up front. It would have been nice if on this A91 carbon fiber edition, they would have maybe did a little bit extra work to make those functional, because they say you can make them functional on your own. But from the factory, I think you and I would both agree it would be a nice touch. But look at this. This is exactly where it's living up to its name. Carbon fiber edition. Absolutely stunning in this Texas sun. The way it just curves up, you can see how it's gonna just generate that downforce and also direct the airflow. Even the little touches, how you have that extension down below. One thing you're gonna wanna be super careful of is pulling in and out of your driveway and in parking spots, because I'm not gonna wanna damage that carbon fiber, that's for sure. Now, coming across the nose, one area where there is no carbon fiber is in the center section. So I am gonna zonk that. If you're gonna go carbon fiber, they should have just went all the way across. I think it would have just added that little extra something special, but the center area is fully functional, and the bottom portions of the corner vents are functional, so we just half zonked those. But put in the comment section, let me know if you think that on this one of 500, they should have made them functional. I think you're gonna say yes. Now, when you get up onto the hood, same overall shape design, going back to that concept car that we saw so many years ago. Beautiful body lines. That's one thing you can't deny about this 5th generation, is the body lines have such a nice flow to it, and I'm glad to say that people are starting to get on board calling this a Supra, because it does have, like I said, that unique driving experience personality compared to the BMW. Now, when we come around the bend, what are we working with on this carbon edition? So you're gonna get these forged black wheels, nice flat black, split spoke design, those bright red calipers with the Toyota name and the Supra badge that was added, remember, for 2021, carries into 2022. And like I said, 19-inch wheel, 255 on the width, 35 series sidewall. You also are gonna get some upgraded braking that kind of was brought over, and different geometry for steering and handling, which also has been brought over for 2022. But like I said, look at the way that carbon fiber comes all the way, almost halfway up the side of the fender there, giving it such a unique look. That's definitely gonna make it something that is gonna stand out when you see one at your next Cars and Coffee event. Going down the rest of the fender, you do have the fake fender vents up top, like you did before, but I love with this nice pearlescent white, really sparkles nicely. Carbon edition, you're gonna get that lower extension, and I'm telling you, these pieces are functional. They're not just stuck on with glue and double-sided tape. And just the beautiful weave, the carbon fiber weave. I don't know if people really realize how much work goes into producing carbon fiber. It's been around for decades in Formula One and other forms of racing and has trickled into obviously production vehicles, but still a lot of work goes into laying all of this carbon fiber. Love the way it has the extension on the downside and the kick up to direct airflow past the rear end. Now on the rear end, you do have the fake vent here. Obviously we're zonking all these vents. That goes without even saying, but I do like the sexy, super sexy flared fender out back. Tires are 275, so you're gonna get more rubber to meet the road because remember, we're talking about a rear-wheel drive sports car, just like the previous generation, still 19-inch wheel. And then coming to the rear, are we gonna finish off with some carbon fiber? You better believe it. You're gonna have your canards out back, carbon fiber. Look at how far they extend out. It's interesting, by making these carbon fiber, they actually stand out. This aerodynamic aid actually stands out more. And then of course, my favorite part, even in standard Supra form for the 5th generation, I love the way the rear hatch is designed, but this carbon fiber duckbill spoiler just kicks up, extends up nicely. And then you're gonna have the Supra badge, the Toyota badge, of course. And then as we drop down, GR, remember Gazoo Racing, that is that motorsports branch of the racing team that won Le Mans, wins the World Rally Championships. And then of course you're gonna get that nice aluminum exhaust, one on each side with the diffuser that looks like it's right off of that prototype race car that won Le Mans. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk about horsepower numbers with our Supra. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts. The bad news is there's not new stuff to talk about for 2022, but that doesn't mean that we should just glaze over this and not talk about this power plant. Remember, you're looking at that 3-liter inline 6 turbocharged engine. For 2021, they bumped up the power, 382 horsepower, 368 pound-feet of torque. It is still mated to just one transmission, that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And it's nice to have, like I said, you know, you look at the previous generation, that was a straight 6. Toyota is promising that as we continue down the line year-wise, that you're gonna see some more changes. Let's hope, let's pray, let's get out your lucky rabbit's foot and hope that they bring even more horsepower, but of course, a 6-speed manual transmission. Please, I almost want to scream it right now. Hashtag save the manuals. Say it with me right now. You do it first, you first. But tasteful on the engine cover. You can see the additional bracing that they did for 2021, but why don't we go ahead? This is a special edition, 1 of 500. Let's check out the interior and see if there are any changes for this carbon fiber edition. All right, guys, we're inside this carbon fiber edition, A91 carbon fiber edition. I know you want to know price. Well, guess what? Toyota is not ready to let that cat out of the bag, but think about what you think the asking price should be and put that in the comment section. But I definitely want to showcase what do you get when you go carbon fiber edition on this Supra to the door panels. I think they did a great job with keeping it clean, keeping it simple. You could see the JBL sound system, the tweeter in the upper portion of the door panel. I like the silver. There's this metallic black that is not gloss black. It does not show fingerprints, which is great. There's a little bit of contrast stitching. The rest is super clean. Door pocket is super small, maybe 2 Pop-Tarts, and that's it. You could go chocolate frosting, just don't go double stuffed. Now, when you go from the door panel to the dash, soft touch material, the stitch work is great. You're gonna get that same 8.8-inch infotainment system. This is part of that connection with BMW that I think served Toyota well, at least in the Supra. It is that flat floating iPad style. The great news is it does not get in the way of your sight lines out the windshield, which is crucial in this track weapon. Now, as we drop down that silver start button, you got your BMW style radio controls, your dual climate, heated seats, but no ventilated seats. I think that would have been a nice touch. Bring on the ventilated seats. Who had this adjusted to 84? They're crazy. It's hot here in the big state of Texas. You do have wireless charging, and I like the way there's a nice little holder here so it doesn't slide around. USB. This is going to control that ZF 8-speed automatic. You do get the carbon fiber just like a non-carbon fiber edition, and I think it even looks better on this particular one because it takes the exterior, brings it to the interior, but you got that 8-speed automatic. Wouldn't a manual look good right about now? I would be just a kid in a candy store if there was a manual on this thing. You got your sport button. I like the way there's not 20 different modes. You don't have to do like 300 button pushes, you know, rub your feet together and then smack yourself in the face to get into sport mode. You just hit the sport mode button and you're good to go. In the carbon fiber edition, you're gonna get the red accents. So this is something that's different. I like it. It's like a cherry red, like an off cherry red. So it's feeling good. The stitch work, 2 cup holders. You know, it's one of those things like before, it's like you kind of make do with the real estate that you have. There's your Toyota key fob, looking like a BMW key fob with the buttons on the back. But really, I love the seats. That 2-tone material. She's my cherry pie. Look at this. Love the cherry pie. Nice red leather. The stitch work. Alcantara, baby, with some red beneath it. The stitching, excellent, excellent touch. The thing is that they're manual adjustments. Electric adjustments. They're electric adjustments on both the passenger and the driver, which is good news. Thank you, Lord, for that. And then, of course, you're going to get plenty of headroom. Put the helmet on. Go do your track day. Stop listening to the haters saying it's a Supra. You drive it. You pass them on the track, and that's when you say, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. But why don't you get your butt over here behind the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this carbon fiber edition Supra. All right, guys, behind the wheel, on the door panels, the red. And it's interesting because there's only red on the driver's side. Isn't that kind of interesting? It's all black on the passenger side. I am gonna zonk that. To me, you should have the balance of the red on both sides, but it does look good on the driver's side. You can see that nice bright aluminum sill plate, Toyota Supra, as it should be right there. And then seat controls, you got 2 memory seat settings. That is definitely BMW-esque. Like I said, plenty of headroom. And then to wrap it off, you're gonna get a 2-tone leather steering wheel. So you're getting the red on the sides, a little bit of black top and bottom with the contrast stitching. It is manual tilting and telescoping. You do have the paddles. I wish they were metal, and I wish they were just a little bit larger. Maybe you've been told that they wish they were a little bit larger. I wish that was a little bit larger. And then you get the tack. The tack and dash is so easy to see at a glance. You got that nice all digital, and I like the way they put a manual, actual real flow to the numbers there rather than just all digital. It kind of breaks up the scene a little bit with actually having a physical barrier to all that digital information. But you know what? We're going to be taking a drive in this in part 2. This is obviously part 1, so it's about that time. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's wrap up this 2022 Carbon Fiber Edition Supra. All right, guys, it's been another great day here at Toyota headquarters in Plano, Texas. I definitely got to thank Zach and the rest of the crew getting us out here and getting us access to be the first to see this Carbon Fiber Edition A91 Supra. It's going to be interesting what potential Supra owners think about this, or people just looking for their next sports car. Is it that Supra of the best one of all time in this current 5th generation? I'm curious to see what you think. Leave those comments in the comment section. But if you want to keep seeing these amazing adventures here at the Texas headquarters for Toyota, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raitis Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the first link, become a Raitis Rides Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Raitis Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera. She is rocking it here and just laying it down no matter what the obstacles are. So thank you, Lori, for your hard work. Show her some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.